What was your reaction like when you first learned that that they were going to name the arena Friedrich Arena?
I think that the first reaction was shocked, and just humbled, and so thankful for Concordia University, Nebraska. I mean, it's an institution that has given our family, Laurie and me, so much more than we ever gave it. So to be recognized in that way is very, very humbling.
Ideally, we would have had you and Laurie here this weekend. I know it unfortunately isn't going to work out that way, but you maybe would have had a chance to speak. What kind of message would you have wanted to express, I guess, to Bulldog fans?
well, the first is just thank you, underscored and punctuated many times. I know you know this, Jake, but that Cornhusker song goes something like, "There is no place like Nebraska." Well, if I could steal that and edit it a bit, I would say there's no place like Concordia University, Nebraska. And to be part of Concordia, Nebraska, having the opportunities we had for almost 29 years to engage with students, faculty, staff, the community, alumni, it was just an incredible personal and professional experience, and we loved every minute. We love Concordia, Nebraska. We love Bulldog Nation, and we're just so proud of all that Concordia University, Nebraska has done and will continue to do in the future. It's an incredible institution because of the people that are there. Facilities are one thing, but at the end of the day, Concordia, Nebraska is all about the people. It's about the mission. It's about the values. It's about its commitment to equipping students to serve and lead in God's church and world, with the emphasis always being Christ-centered, that Jesus Christ is at the heart of everything Concordia, Nebraska does.
I know when I wrote that piece on the Walz building, it had a chance to talk about the significance of the whole complex. What does it mean to you to be kind of associated with President Walz, too, to have a Friedrich Arena inside the Walz complex now?
Well, yeah, that's... I actually called Orv and said, "Orv, are you sure?" Because in so many ways that complex was a vision that he had, and it was my joy to serve with him as that vision came to fruition, and then as I had the opportunity to work with him and raise funds for it. So I can't think of a space on campus I would rather be or have our family name associated with than with the Walz complex, and having the Friedrich Arena within the Walz complex is truly a marvelous blessing. So often Orv and I teased our wives when we were working together that we spent more time with one another than we did with either of our spouses, to which they would say, "Yeah, okay." But it was such a joy to work and serve with Orv and be part of his vision for Concordia University, Nebraska.
And last thing, we know how much you've enjoyed Bulldog basketball over the years. Any thoughts for Coach Limbach or Coach Olson as they get into things here?
Well, I guess the first thing is we are still big fans, and we enjoy watching them. We enjoy reading Jake's releases about them, and we're excited for the season ahead. So best wishes, and go Bulldogs from St. Paul, Minnesota. We're still fans.
I asked Brian this too, but just what was your reaction when you learned of that this was going to happen?
Well, I was just surprised, and I think humbled and honored. It's a place where we attended many events, both the old gym and the new arena, and took our children to many events. So it really is an honor. It was fun to be able to even watch Phil play in there, and then be able to help coach a little bit. And I think just with all the excitement of building the building, and then we're just so proud of all the athletes and the coaches and athletic directors and staff that make kind of bring the campus together in that location. It's always been fun to see other students supporting each other there.
Right. I know you and Brian were heavily involved when this project was going on to get this building in place, and now it's the Walz name has always been associated with it. I'm sure when it was being constructed, you never necessarily thought that the name Friedrich would someday be attached with it too. But what does that mean to be, I guess, part of that, along with President Walz too?
Well, I think in some ways it's just very fitting. I know Brian just enjoyed so much working with President Walz, especially getting this whole project going and kind of casting a vision for it. And we look up to both Orb and Maryland so much that it's an honor to be associated with them in the naming of that facility.
I didn't get a chance to really ask Brian, but maybe you can give us a little update on what life is like in St. Paul. I know people around here miss both of you, but it's I'm sure an exciting adventure, like you said, in strange times there.
Well, yes, and we of course miss everyone in Seward as well. That was nearly 30 years of our lives that we spent there. So just know so many people, and they're fabulous. We're also getting to know people here, and we are excited about the options for urban ministry, and there's just been a lot of opportunity for that with the George Floyd event and some of the other things, happening in the city, and with COVID, there's been just a lot of pulling together by the urban community as well. So it's been exciting to be a part of that. As always, we love, getting to know students. That's been a little harder when people are masked, and it's hard to really get to know a face. And the voice sounds a little different when it's muffled under a mask as well. So that's perhaps taking a little bit longer. And we're also enjoying being able to, as can safely be done, host people in the president's home here. So trying to get people together on campus, as that's been able, some porch events and yard events and things like that. Of course, that NCAA Division II did not really have, they're postponing their athletics, and so some of those things that we normally would enjoy doing, we haven't been able to do as much of, but they're hoping to have those seasons in the spring. So I think just getting to know new people, meeting new students, and watching God work in an urban setting have been exciting.